booze and I'm sick. Yeah.
All right, dudes. Audio's recording first. 3, 2, 1. The band repent. What's up, boys? I'm sitting in the room right now with Sean Hill and Jeremy. Is it AMAC? Okay.
AMAC.
Fuck you, Jason Ford. He tells me all the wrong names. He told me Jacob Riss's last name was Jacob Reese from Poetry No Prose. He told me your last name was Amick. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's AMAC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeremy AMAC and Sean Hill, and they are 50%, I just learned earlier, 50% of a band called The Band Repent.
Yep. Unfortunately, Steve couldn't make it today. He's sick, and Sean is doing North Grant stuff.
Other Sean.
Sean, yeah.
Sean. So it's Jeremy AMAC, Steve Thomas, Sean Smith, that's his last name. What up? And Sean Hill.
Yep.
4 members. So when I saw you guys at the Firefly, there were only you and you. You guys were the only 2 members of it.
Right. We've grown.
So, and then actually, when I was that night is when you actually recruited Sean Smith, right?
He recruited us. He came up to me. He says, "Dude, if I buy a bass guitar, can I play in your band?" I was like, "Please hurry."
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. That's super sick, dude. And you guys killed it that night, man. That was fun. That was a cool night. I still talk about that like on the podcast and stuff. It was on Halloween, but it was a cool night, man. Both nights, like people came out, they filled up that room, dude. It was really cool, man.
It was awesome.
It was really cool.
Super organic. Like,
James and Nikki did a great job with that too.
Yeah, they
just a
fucking
big
killed
shout
it.
out to Tow Truck Micro Productions for doing that.
That's a new thing, right?
Yep.
Like, so Ford and Fossil is playing a show January
6th.
Is that 6th? Mm-hmm. Is that the same one? I thought. No, I think ours is like the 20th.
Oh, okay.
January 20th at the Bourgeois Pig downtown.
We're
playing with Chase Sandoval and we're playing with shit. My bad. Sorry guys, I can't remember. But we're playing with a couple other bands and I didn't. It was under Tow Truck Mike Productions. I didn't know that he had started a thing. That's pretty cool, man.
It's a good thing too. They're getting some big bands in here. I know we have a show coming up January 12th at the Hall of Champions. It's the first Sunday night metal matinee.
Plug.
So,
what's up?
Yeah, we'll be
Tickets
there.
go on sale December 6th.
Nice. Okay.
So,
and where's that at?
at the Hall of Champions, at the Casper Fairgrounds.
Who else is playing that?
There's a band called William I Am, a band called Pathos Logos.
There's a band called William I Am.
Or William M.I.
I don't know. I can't really read.
I was like, there's a rapper called Will I Am, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not that guy though.
Okay, I was just wondering. Yeah, I was like,
we kick off at 4:30.
Okay,
and we start the madness then, and then there's 3 other touring bands coming on.
Okay,
and then from ash to fucking stone.
Ooh, shout out, boys! What's up, guys?
Crushes it at the end.
Yeah,
so
man, nice.
We're excited for that.
That is going to be their first show since they did all of their new production and stuff like that. I've been talking to Derek Vigil again. Boom! This is like the 5th time he's made it on the podcast. He hadn't even been in the room yet, dude. What up, man? But yeah, I was talking to him, and he said that their first show is going to be after the first of the year. So fucking A, dude, that's going to be a good show.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
We can't wait. We're stoked about it.
I'm very excited about it.
Hall of Champions. Okay, all right. That's a cool
Hall of
venue.
Champions. This place is on my first ever show when I was a wee.
Yeah. You played Hall of Champions before?
No.
No?
I've never even been in the building.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. You guys haven't, neither of you have ever
I've never
played it?
but I used to go to shows there all the time.
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
Hall of Champions is fun. It's a
Yeah.
big stage, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who's running sound for that one? Do you have any?
I
idea?
don't. I'm not sure on that, but I know that they are looking for somebody to help out with that because they have to provide insurance and all that too.
Yeah, and in a
to get
venue
in.
like that, like that's one of those venues that it's a pretty decent sized place. Like you need a pretty good sized PA for something like that. So
Yeah.
not something that like I don't know, like my system probably wouldn't be able to handle it. It's just 2 speakers, you know. So So yeah, but it's gonna be that's a cool venue, dude. I've seen some really cool shows out there. I've played some really cool shows out there. When I was in my old band Cherry Vale, we played it was like one of my first bands. It was like this hardcore screamo type of band, and we played a show out there with Greeley Estates, Schoolyard Heroes, and Confide. We played a show with Confide out there, and it was fucking nuts, dude. It was a great fucking show. Super fun, like. It's a great venue when it packs in and holds a lot of people, and it I don't know, it's just a good spot, dude.
I
Good
like
spot.
it.
Yeah,
We're excited about it. It's going to be a good thing.
cool.
So
Well, major plug for that. So keep that one in mind. Do you have a flyer for it yet?
it's coming out. They just released the event page yesterday.
Cool.
So
Cool. Well, shit. I need to get on my social medias and get on the horse here because I haven't even liked it yet. So gonna do it.
Click going.
And then you got to share it too. You got to share.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere by now. I've shared it pretty
So
much everywhere.
we were talking about it earlier, but we're gonna have to talk about it again because it's an interesting thing, and I want other people to know about the process. But we got on the subject earlier about talking. He's been on this list. Well, the band Repent has been on this list. If you guys have seen it it's been in Musical Chairs. It's been in Casper Musician Community, Blake's page. It's been in a lot of places on Facebook. But you guys have been on the top 10 of this list.
Yeah, we actually the Band of the Week thing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think that's the one I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, we won it twice.
Okay.
we
Shit.
won
Is that
it
twice in a
twice.
row?
We won it one week, finished second place next week, and won it again the week
Oh,
following.
really?
And since
So
then, we've been like third or fourth, like top 5 every time. so.
Okay.
everybody that voted, that's a vote for Casper fucking Wyoming, because that's what we're doing this for.
Straight up, dude.
I mean, if you look at it, when these radio stations that announce the Band of the Week, they put on there from Casper, Wyoming.
Right.
Wyoming metal thrashers. I
Yeah.
mean, they blow it up for us.
And
you know?
that's the cool thing, there's this stigma that it's hard to make it out of Casper, it's hard to make it out of Wyoming. I get that, I totally understand that, but it kind of when you get your foot in the right doors, like you're doing, it kind of actually works as a selling point because you get it out to these radio stations and things like that, and they see where you're from. And they're like, Casper, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Like, what's there? And then they listen to it and they're like, oh shit, there's music there.
Right, and then they'll go and listen to other bands, and they'll be like, "Whoa!"
It helps spread the word, man. It really
Yeah.
does. It's crazy. So that's actually a really, really good idea. And you were telling me you just went to your favorite radio stations, basically.
What I did, Musical Chairs has really helped me.
Sure. Okay.
When I built that page,
Shout out
2
to the
years
Musical Chairs page. If you haven't liked it yet, go get on.
that page actually saved my life.
Yeah.
I was in a really bad spot in my life at that time, and I thought about it for a couple weeks before I actually hit the button that says create a group.
Okay.
And then once bands started using it, and I got out of this weird funk that I was in my life that time, and realized that this is growing, and people were coming around.
Yeah.
I started watching the bands that were using it and how successful they were, and then I started going to other groups too. I'm in like 90 different music groups just for metal alone.
That's crazy.
And
yeah.
that means I have a network of about 2 million people that can hear my stuff.
Sure,
you know.
sure.
But when I started watching these bands that have been on the radio, there's a couple bands out there, and Gravehuffer's one of them. Richie Randall, the dude's on the radio every single day with Gravehuffer.
Okay.
And I started just watching these radio stations that they were on, and I was like, when my band is ready, I'll have this giant list of radio stations that I can start submitting my music to.
Yeah.
So we just made an MP3, and I started going down the list and spent the time, and
Yeah, dude, and
Now-
that's really what it's about, man. It's similar to like when you're going to college and you're looking for scholarships. Like essentially, what you do is you just go on to 1,000 different scholarship sites and you fill out the application and you write the thing. And it was like I said earlier, the only way to win the lottery is to buy a lot of tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you got to put a lot of work out there. You got to cast a big net, all the metaphors, whatever the fuck metaphor you want to use. In order to make it work, and you're kind of like going down one of those channels is what it looks
Yeah.
like. So that's fucking cool. I had no idea, man. You said you were on
43.
43 radio stations
Yeah.
across the world.
As of today, the band Repent.
God damn,
with our,
you guys haven't even been together that long.
with our one song,
With our
we've
one
been a
song.
band for 2 months. We've managed to make it on 43 radio stations.
God damn, dude. That's the inspiring part about it is like, you've been together for 2 months. My band's been together for 5 years. You know how many radio stations we're on? Like, and it's just like you said, it's all about just getting out there and doing the work. So that's fucking crazy, man. That's super, super inspiring. So
And Records is seriously talented enough to be on radio. All the time.
way more than
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
ourselves.
Appreciate it.
So-
That's what kind of frustrates me about it, because I hear all these other bands around Casper, and I'm going, why the fuck is Beastwood or Advise Against or Records or Ford and Fossil?
Any of 'em.
Shit Show is good enough to make it on the radio.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Thanks,
I
man.
listen to it all the time.
Thanks, man.
It goes through my head all the time, and I'm just going.
It's a
"Why
great
are
song."
Why are you guys not on the radio? And you just answered my question. It never even dawned on you to do it.
yeah, it wasn't something. It's just not something you think about. You don't think about spending an afternoon just applying for radio websites and just sending out your EPK to different websites. 1,000 websites in a day. Who knows? You got like I said, you got to put it out there.
1,000, even if you get like 50 back, it's like
Shit, if you
yeah.
get 10 back, it's
Right,
like, oh
yeah.
fuck, someone wants to play my music on some local radio station. That's where it starts. It starts in the airwaves, man.
Our first radio
that's a
station
great
was
idea.
in England.
Really?
The Tuesday Night Rock Show.
What?
Oh, that was the first one. Yeah,
What? In England, huh?
It was so
Yeah.
cool.
Did you guys get? Do you know how many people? Do you have any idea on the analytics on that? Like,
I don't,
No?
but
Okay.
I was able to hear it.
that's sick, dude. You
heard
guys
it
found the
live.
radio station and listened to it.
Yeah.
What?
It
That's
was
super
just
cool.
when I submitted all those out, I literally spent probably a week submitting to radio stations.
Wow.
And when I finally got the first one back, I got 2 back at the same time, but this one beat the other one by like a few minutes. So
what?
that was our debut show. And
In
then the next
England?
one, our first 2 radio stations were in England. And then
Yeah.
finally,
And then they started coming to the States.
I guess that kind of makes sense because like maybe it's specific to the genre of music that you play, but like a lot of like the bands like the sales that Records gets from Bandcamp and from other websites that we subscribe to, a lot of those sales come from overseas. A lot of them come from Australia. A lot of them come from Japan. Like we get a lot of buys from Japan. Not a lot. When I say a lot, it's like I don't know, maybe one a month or something like that. But it's usually overseas, like Japan.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's the majority of our buys are from overseas, and then they start to make their way in. So maybe it's and I know like that area of the world is better known for like lighter pop kind of music, so they're more prone to buy punk music and things like that. So and overseas in England, maybe they're more prone to listen to that your guys' genre.
Right.
What is your guys' genre?
thrash metal.
Like
thrash
defined
metal.
thrash metal, huh?
Yeah.
I listened to your single a few times. I've actually been listening to it all weekend, but I listened to it a few times before you got here, so I could actually sit down and listen to it. And it's called 1,000 Years.
Yeah.
That one. Is that the only one you guys have out right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, 1,000 Years. Check it out on YouTube. It's super easy. Go to YouTube, type in the band Repent, pops right up. It's the first one there. It's a cool song, man. It's interesting how you guys do the time changes for a certain part of the song. Like there's that one part where the time changes and the drums are a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, man. Like your guys' writing style is pretty unique.
Yeah, appreciate that.
For sure, dude.
So the music's actually really easy to me to make. I can sit down and play guitar all day long and not play the same thing twice.
Really?
But the words are the hardest part of me to put down.
Yeah.
So there's only 7 songs on the album, and this was the first one that we were able to play together really, really well. So we decided
Well
to
enough
record
to go into
that
the studio and record.
Okay, cool. And go into the studio. Where did you guys record it?
one. Mark Felton is fucking awesome.
Oh, it's Mark Felton. Oh,
Yeah.
what up, buddy? Shout out. Nice.
recorded us.
He worked with Colton for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's a good dude. And has he done anything else, or is it just your guys' stuff? Or
I'm not sure.
I'm
His
not
library, he's kind of focused on what he's doing too. He's got a whole bunch of projects that he's doing.
is he playing in any bands right now?
He's doing a co-writing thing with Andy Toll.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Andy. What up, buddy?
So
That's cool, man. Kind of is it metal kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Or?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Mark's a metalhead.
bluegrass.
It's blue metal,
You
or it's
know,
metal grass.
He's bringing out the ska.
Blue metal or metal grass. Like let's somebody make that a genre. Let's do that. You were asking me about a name for the podcast when we first started this. Fuck, do you guys both have beers still? How are you guys doing? I probably need one. I should.
Yeah, I probably need one here soon too. Mine's almost gone.
You want to run and get us some beers? We actually have help today.
Nice.
Fucking, never mind. She's wrecking everything.
Dina, be careful over there. That's the awesome Dina.
Thanks, Nina. So the name of the podcast is going to be called the Structurally Sound Questionable Content Podcast.
I remember you talking.
And I think I mentioned it
That
in like
makes
the
sense.
third episode. Yeah, right. Like structurally sound, like it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty
but
good.
we don't really. I don't have a fucking list of shit. I do have topics there, but I've never actually used that. It's just always on the table, you know.
I
like,
started
just in
reading that
case.
kind of, and I was like, all right, well, yeah, you know, you do have a
something.
sheet here.
Something. It's just kind of like, you know, if we end up with a shitload of dead space in the podcast or something, I can just be like, hey, give me that sheet really quick. Let me look at something. Let's fucking talk about
When
something.
we did interviews with musical chairs, we did 4 of them
Yeah.
as a LLC.
Okay.
And I would prepare for about 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time for each band that was coming off of it and or getting ready for it. And I would go to all their social media sites and just review their music and start building questions that were geared toward them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, man, I was so nervous, you know, I'm interviewing this band.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times I would look at my thing and try to keep it going down the list. But the best content was when we just sat there and bullshitted
Right.
and had a
Yeah.
good time.
And that's
you know?
part of the reason, you know, like we don't have a, like it's not a structured thing. It's structurally sound, because it is, it is actual podcast setup kind of thing. But yeah, I'm just here to hang out, man. I'm just here to bullshit and drink some beers and hang out. And talk about the local scene. It's mostly about the local scene and to let people know that like things are happening. I was talking with Maddie actually when I was down in Rock Springs about like throughout the podcast. Ooh, thank you.
Which one are you drinking?
I was drinking Devilito earlier. What do you got there? Do you have another A-OK? Do you want to switch? You want the Ben Light? Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Cool. What is that?
That's the Nitro. I'm not sure. These are all Gruner Brothers beers. Shout out Gruner Brothers. You guys are awesome. Yeah, that's the Nitro. I'm not exactly sure how that one tastes out of the can, but
Do you want this one?
I'll trade you.
Okay.
I know
It said oatmeal, and I don't know how I feel about having oatmeal beer.
it's an oatmeal stout. It's similar
This is
to
gonna
like
be
a
interesting.
it's similar to like a kind of like a brown tasting beer. Like it's not bad, man. I like them. But it's a Nitro, so the way they can it, you're supposed to pour it into a glass. But I'm kind of interested to see how it tastes, like just out of the can like that. So, but anyways, back to the interview thing. You guys have an interview tomorrow
Yeah.
with an actual radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
99.1 Oz out of Wichita, Kansas.
99.1 Oz.
Yeah.
Out of Kansas.
Yeah.
That fucking super ironic, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's really cool. We'll be on the Quote the Raven show with Raven Rouge, and
Oh, Quote the
she's in a
Raven.
band called Waking the Sleeper. And so it's really cool for me. We did a thing for them in musical chairs, so it's kind of coming full circle. You're our first actual interview, so it's cool that that's from Casper, Wyoming.
Casper, Wyoming. What up? 307.
Yep, and then the next one for me being from Kansas.
Yeah, you were born in Kansas, right?
Yeah, so it's really cool for me.
Nice,
kind of
dude.
a special
Oh, that's
moment.
awesome. I didn't know you were from Kansas.
Yeah,
That's-
so-
that's
You didn't even know
awesome.
that you were in his band?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, so
I was born in Cheyenne, in case you
I was going to ask you. Yeah, I was going to ask. I was going to ask where you were born.
kind of a special moment for me right there.
Fuck yeah,
so.
dude. That's awesome. Do you know that station then from like,
Yeah.
how long did you live there?
I didn't live in Wichita, but I've known of the station. So
What's Kansas like, man?
Kansas is very flat. The wind blows super crazy like here all the time.
So, yeah, like here.
Yeah, it's basically
it's
the same.
just as bad. But I'm from there. I love it. It smells like cow shit, and there's
So Wyoming. Yeah.
millions and millions of cows. But that's where my family's from. That's where my kids are, and people. I've taken some little bit of shit here in this town from a couple people.
Okay.
And that were part of musical chairs, and they don't really realize the sacrifice I made to come here and start that business.
Yeah,
my
man.
kids aren't from here, and this wasn't my first choice.
Sure.
My first place to choose. The page actually blew up in Kansas City, and I was going to go there.
Okay.
And when we got involved with that, I decided to come here and actually LLC it and everything. And I'm not stuck here, but I've really made the most out of my opportunity here. I've got
Sure.
a great person in my life, Nadina, and then our band's blowing the fuck up.
Dude, it's sick, man. Like I kind of like I feel a little bad because I need to start following you guys a little bit more. But yeah, I had no idea. Definitely about the radio station thing, man. Like I can't get that out of my head, man. That's super inspiring. Like I'm gonna do that. I want to start like filling that shit out right now. I want to go on there and just like start sending. I need to make an EPK. I think that's gonna be my next thing. I gotta make an EPK. With an attached MP3, so I can just start blasting that out there.
I feel like I've tried to tell everybody the secret to doing this, how to do it. It's super easy, really, but it's a lot
Just
of
a
work.
lot of
and
work.
Yeah.
You got to keep up with them and everything.
It's a lot of computer work nowadays.
Yeah.
Like,
Nowadays, it's all on your phone or on your laptop.
yeah, exactly. It's all
Being
it's-
in a band now is way harder than being in a band like 20, 30
Oh
years
yeah,
ago.
dude, because it's so much more accessible. Everything is so much more accessible. There's 50 billion bands on the internet, and
Yeah.
like every one of those bands is doing the same thing you are, trying to get that fucking attention and trying to get those plays and those views and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's at now. That's how you get booked. Like when you're going to get booked at a venue, that venue will look at your social media and say how many likes do they have, how many plays do they have on their videos, how many shows have they played, like where have they been, what was their last tour schedule,
Right. What venues have they played at? Like,
what? Yep, exactly. Like what venues, who did they play with?
Yeah.
Like who they opened for, that kind of thing. So yeah, the scrutinization has gotten a lot more tight on that kind of thing. So yeah, you're right, dude. It is a lot harder to be in a band nowadays. I would say that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone might
I don't
argue
know.
that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Someone might argue that, but
Well,
at
it's
least
definitely
to me,
not as much fun as walking around town handing out flyers.
Right. And
Yeah.
see, that's why I think like I subscribe that MySpace was kind of like the golden era for music, because MySpace had like, they had like that band locator app that was on there, to where like you could pick a city and find bands that were playing in a local area. Like you could pick a city on a map and type in, what are you looking for? Bands. And it would pop up with like a bunch of different bands that have reported in that area. And you could just go right to their Facebook page. And, and I guess you can do that now kind of with like, I mean, you can Facebook bands, and I don't know if there's filters for area. Is that a thing?
Yeah, there's filters. You can go
Is there?
select
Okay.
like a city and then select like musician band, and then
Okay,
you could
so
just search through the bands.
Maybe I'm just
kind
not
of the
fucking...
same thing, other than it's not on a map, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, the map was neat, man, and it was a really good way to like get in touch with bands and stuff. You could like send them messages, and I get, like I said, I'm just out of touch with that kind of shit. Me and Brandon booked our last tour kind of that way. We didn't get a hold of bands in the area, but we got a hold of venues in the areas, and we're like, hey, we're coming through, and we're just looking for a stage to play. Can you help us out? Point us in the right direction. Give us a band name that has a show coming up somewhere. Yeah. And turns out, man, most bars and most venues that are out there are pretty receptive to you hitting them up. Like they're pretty helpful. Like we never really ran across, on our last booking, we never really ran across a bar that was like, no, blah, blah, or just like ignored us or anything like that. Maybe one or two that were, but they were probably, honestly, like, to be real, they were probably a little out of reach for us anyways. It was one of those ones that's like, oh, we're going through Chicago. Well, the House of Blues is in Chicago. So, that kind of thing. So like you send them a message, but it's like, we're probably not going to play that stage.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Not yet, at least.
Hey,
Not
man,
yet.
you got to do it.
But
though.
like you said, you got to just start putting it out there, right?
There's a bunch of radio stations that have ignored us too, but that's cool because
it happens.
we celebrate the ones that haven't,
Right.
That have paid attention to us.
500 applications for 50 radio stations, give or take.
10%, about 10%, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'd take an extra 10% in my paycheck. Would you guys?
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
I mean,
Those numbers mean something to me.
We definitely have something to show for it,
Yeah.
I mean, every one of these radio stations that's tagged our band because they're playing it, we turn around and put on our band page because it does create content. Because when we do get a little bit more down the road in the future stuff, they're going to be able to go back through our page and
see all the
of this
radio
stuff.
stations, see all the shows, see everything.
Yeah, that's huge, man.
It's literally our digital journal.
We just hit 1,000 followers 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
God, you guys have 1,000 followers?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
In 2 months. We did it in 2 months.
I think you beat the Records boys on that one.
Yeah,
like, I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, I think you guys have like 996 though, so you
Do
guys
we?
are really close.
Hey, get us to 1,000 likes.
Yeah, do it.
That's a plug for Records.
Yeah, let's get Records to 1,000 likes.
I actually have a good way to do that. First of all, we hired an agent.
Did you really?
Yes. His
Oh,
name
okay.
is Wes Moose Jocks, and I recommend everybody do that.
An agent, huh?
Yeah,
agent.
well, he does all. He's a PR guy, so he does like
Really?
He helps send
A&R,
our stuff
PR,
to,
that kind of thing. Yeah. So, where's he out of?
Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay. And how did you come across that?
Following him. I watched him throughout all of the music groups that I'm in, and I can see his track record of success. He's got bands that he's done work for that open up for Korn.
Really?
On the Korn was touring.
Sure.
Dude's huge. He's all over the world, and all he does, it's hard to explain what he does because he knows labels and record executives.
He's got connections.
Yeah, he's got connections.
Yeah, he's the person to know because he knows so many people, and he's waiting for more material from us. So we're really not rushing it, but we are going to sign for another year.
Really?
We've already been approached by a record label out of LA.
Really?
So,
Yeah, but we're just not ready for that.
But no, that makes sense. Yeah,
But,
that's a fucking commitment. So.
But then the second thing that I've done to get more likes, I'm doing a thing through my Messenger feed, and I will only respond to Messenger on that because I have to use pictures to show you how I'm doing this. But every Sunday, I'm doing a program. You'll see it on Facebook. If I send you a friend request or a invitation to like this band in Messenger, well, I've got like 1,600 friends, and 75% of them are rock stars.
Yeah.
You know, so they are all about liking your page. Every Sunday, dude, our band and another band grows by like 250 likes.
That's
every
crazy, man.
So
Those are good numbers, dude.
It's so cool. I never thought that would happen. I mean, maybe eventually, but not this fast.
Yeah, that's
Definitely
cool,
not this
dude.
fast.
Like I said, you guys have been together for 2 fucking months, dude.
I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fucking cool, dude. So do you guys have a plan? Are you guys plan on going on tour or anything like that?
No.
How many times have you?
I think we're gonna do it after the album comes out, which
Okay.
isn't for a long, long time.
Okay. Do you guys have So you guys were recording with Mark. You guys going to do the album with Mark then?
Yes.
Like the rest of the
And
album
then we
with him?
send it to a guy out of Montana named Kevin George. Too.
Okay.
He does the mixing.
Oh, shout out to Kevin George. I don't know you, but if you ever come across this,
Kevin George is a fucking rock star.
Yeah.
He did that 10-year photo from 2009 to 2019. And Kevin's 10-year photo was him playing on stage with Korn, Rob Zombie.
Oh, shit.
And there was another band. I can't remember the other band, but it was, I said Rob Zombie, yeah, but he did a show in Connecticut at that. And then his band At Home in Hell, now out of Great Falls, Montana. And
Really?
he
Okay.
runs Executioner 213 Studios, and we just send him the Dropbox, and he does his thing, and we pay him, and
really?
he sends it back. So,
Damn. That's a fucking wow, dude. That's cool. So does he have like a whole room? Does he have a whole board and everything up there? Like
he's a guitar tech too.
legit stuff.
He does business, has a business fixing guitars and shit. And
And has played shows with fucking Korn and Rob Zombie. That's pretty fucking
I've seen
sick.
Korn 4 times, dude. They're awesome.
Yeah?
yeah,
They're
oh, it
so
was Lamb of
awesome
God.
live.
It was who?
Lamb of God.
Oh, Lamb of God. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I've seen them once too.
Yeah,
Slipknot.
Nice.
he did a show with Lamb of God. They all went to this metal fest in Connecticut, and his band in 2009 was invited to that. So he's got a picture of him with no beard up there, young as fuck, and here he is up there jamming away on his guitar. And then the 2019 photo is him in Montana playing with his band At Home in Hell.
Yeah.
And he's got a huge beard. He's all dressed up for Halloween as Kerry King.
Nice.
And,
Nice.
So here he is all screaming into the mic and everything, and it's like the 10-year difference is real. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
right.
That's the guy who does our mixing and mastering. Real fucking rock star, man.
That's cool, dude. That's cool. Yeah. So it sounds like you guys have some pretty legit backing already.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
It's pretty cool.
You're just plugging, just trying, just going for it.
And we'll have merch available soon.
Oh, nice, dude.
soon, hopefully.
Who's doing you guys' merch?
I work at Pedon's. So,
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit.
I make it technically.
Well,
So-
shout out.
Sidetrack, man.
Dude, hey, it's always good to know a guy on the inside, man.
Dude, that's such a perfect job for a member.
Yeah.
of
it's
our
way
band.
perfect. Yeah.
And I love doing it. Like, it's the funnest job I've ever had. I plan on working there. If music doesn't make me money, I'm working here forever.
Yeah, Records was able to print their. We were able to print our own shirts on our last print on our last set of merch. So we got to go in and like use the screens and do the thing. And like
Yeah, they're cool.
it's pretty
people.
sick, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll have beanies and hoodies.
Beanies,
coming,
hoodies,
t-shirts, leggings, because the ladies wanted leggings.
the ladies wanted leggings. Yeah,
There you go.
We're
Okay.
gonna have a lot of stuff.
Got a whole
Buttons,
line of merch,
stickers,
man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the next show. It's gonna
Coming
be
soon.
fucking. It's gonna be cool, dude.
Our job is to
Hopefully
show
we'll
up
have
and
it by the
destroy
show.
everything.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
actually just show up, be the band, don't give two shits about nothing else.
Yeah, dude.
So we're
And
really
that's-
excited about that.
That's the best way to come into a show, man. That's really the best way to come into it. Is just come in
hyped,
confident.
Yeah,
Come in
I'm
confident.
I think it's awesome that we get to open that up because, it's really a game changer if your band comes on and you're the first band to play and you suck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, fuck, man. Is this the rest of the way the concert's going to be? You know, so you're sitting there, and you're
Yeah.
like, and you're all lackluster effort, and guitars are out of tune and shit. Not us. We're coming up there to destroy the whole building.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So, and
That's.
then-
It'll be really cool seeing you guys as a 4-piece.
Yeah, I'm so excited for a 4-piece.
You guys been jamming?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
we
sick.
actually had our first full rehearsal, 4-member rehearsal on Friday.
Did Sean get a bass then?
Yeah.
Oh, cello, you got a bass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, sick. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds fucking super legit.
We are ready to rock and roll. Everybody's got big amps now, and
And you just got a new set of cymbals, right?
Yes,
Did
I
I
did
see
get
that?
new cymbals,
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
And
What'd you get?
I just got Sabian. What are they called? B8X. They're
Okay.
like the entry level H8X because
I,
I wanted the Minor Classics, but I was too lazy to save up $200 more. So when these crack, I'll get the classics.
I had
throw those away when they crack.
Yeah, I won't.
I had a I had B8 cymbals. Like when I very first started, I had a couple of Sabian, just like the straight Sabian B8s, like the shittiest of the
Yeah.
shittiest. And they are the shittiest of it. Like they sound like fucking garbage.
The B8X though, they just came out in 2016 and they're actually not.
They sound
bad.
pretty good?
Like I like the 18 Crash is awesome.
I'm sure
it
they've-
is really cool.
I'm sure
And
they've made advancements since
Yeah.
since I had those cymbals.
Yeah.
I had a B8 Pro though, the B8 Pro
Mm.
stuff. Dude, there was like a massive difference between those two lines of cymbals. Like from the B8 to the B8 Pro was like complete difference. I mean, every cymbal was like $100 more, so it made sense. But I had a B8 Pro. I had a B8 Pro set of hi hats for a little while. I ended up cracking them because I was a 17-year-old and I just didn't give a fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And then I did have, and I still have, but I don't use it anymore. Well, I guess I use it in Presley Avenue. A B8 Pro Ride, a 20-inch Ride. I've had that thing for, man, my dad bought that for me at Hill Music when they used to do their yearly big ass sale up there at Hill Music. He bought that for me. Let me think. I was probably in 8th grade.
Oh, geez.
Something like that, and I still have it. It hasn't been cracked. Like, sounds great. I love using it. I wish it had a bigger bell on it, but that's the only qualm I have with it. But other than that, dude, it's an awesome cymbal.
Nice.
So yeah, dude,
The B8X, they're nice. The hi hats are a little bright for me, but
Yeah.
when I'm playing with the band, if I feel like if they weren't as bright, they wouldn't cut. So
Okay.
I like
Alright.
when playing for the band, but not when I'm playing by myself. If
Yeah.
that makes any sense.
All right. So is Steve playing bass? Oh no, Sean's playing bass. That's
Sean's
right.
playing
That's right.
bass.
And then so
Steve is ripping some guitar.
he's just shredding guitar.
Yeah.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you gonna play
And-
guitar too then? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Steve's got leads. Who's playing
Yeah,
leads?
Steve has really been able to add a different element to the sounds.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to re-record 1,000
Yeah,
years.
we're
Yeah.
gonna re-record 1,000 Years for the album. 'Cause
Nice.
It's a different song now. So
Well, good.
I mean,
Dude.
he's bringing in a lot of just really good fills and different octaves
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
neck. So it's just
it's
finally the
been
sound
really
is
really
full.
cool.
That's
Like,
good,
It
man.
sounds like a full band because we've been jamming just us two for a while. And
Isn't it so sick when you get the other members in there and all of a sudden it like the room fills up and like
Yeah.
you play the songs and you're like, oh my
You're
god,
like,
you kind
"Whoa."
of like hear them for the first time and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden practice gets so fucking fun, dude, and you're all
Yeah.
having a good time and it's like this is fucking sick. Those are the moments, man. Those are the moments that like those defining moments where you're like, okay, all right, that's what
Yep.
gives you the momentum to kind of like get out there, like start putting yourself out there, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
It's very very exciting.
Hell yeah,
I'm
dude.
excited.
Hell yeah. So what gear do you play? We're just gonna geek out on gear for a second. Because
Actually,
I know a little bit about everything, so it's kind of fun to ask
I
people.
don't play guitar.
What are your
so
shells? Really quick. What are your shells?
My
What do you-
shells, they kind of suck. They're Tama Imperial Stars. They're not bad.
Dude, Tama makes
but-
good drums.
Yeah, they're not bad, but I'm looking to upgrade soon.
What do you-
I'm just upgrading one piece at a time.
What are you Franken-kitting it?
Yeah, yeah.
What are you looking to get into?
I'm looking at a Mapex Armory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me and Lane both play. Shout out Mapex, please sponsor me.
Yeah, me too, please.
But yeah, me and Lane both play Mapex Armory series
Really?
hardware, not
Oh,
the
nice.
drums, but we play the hardware. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've got the snare stand, and his entire rack is Mapex Armory stuff.
Nice.
It's all sitting out in the living room,
Oh, hell yeah.
and that shit is fucking rock solid. There's a reason they call it Armory, and
Yeah.
I love that it's powder coated.
That's why I
black,
want
too.
it, so it can be good on the road. Because my
Oh,
shit
yeah.
now, my stands and everything, they're always breaking.
Oh, yeah, dude, you
always
can-
having to rig some shit up, and so I just want something that'll last on the road.
Two brands that I've used that I would 100% recommend every single time you go to buy hardware for drums. If anybody's listening or needs advice, I don't know if anybody is or will, but I recommend Mapex Armory or DW 9000 series hardware.
Yes,
the 9000
definitely.
series hardware is the ones with the swinging black lockers on the sides of all the shit, dude.
Yeah, I like those. I think those
I've
just
had-
look cool.
That was some of the first hardware that I bought for my Truth Kit, and that had to have been 10 years ago. No, longer than that. 10, 13, almost 15 years ago, I bought that hardware. That's some of the first hardware that I bought, and I still have those stands. I'm still using them, and they are just rock solid. I've had to adjust the set screws a couple times on the sides of them, just from over and over and over adjusting things. But that's literally the only thing I've had to do on them, man. They are rock solid stands. Mapex Armory and DW 9000 shit. It's good to go, dude.
Hell yeah, yeah. I used to have DW 9000s on my old 8-piece kit, and they were nice.
They're fucking
really,
great,
really
dude.
nice.
I also use a DW 9000 pedal. And
Oh, nice,
it's,
nice.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
I love that thing.
I'm looking at getting the Pearl Demon Drive because
They're light. They're super light.
yeah,
That's
Mark
like the
has
new.
them, and I played them for the first time, and had the direct drive links thing, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome! How quick the pedal comes
That's
back to
yeah.
my
There's
foot.
there, and that's like
I don't
the
have
new.
to work as hard to go as fast.
I've
It's
heard those.
awesome.
I've heard those. Sorry, Jeremy, you're over here like I don't fucking. I have no idea what's going on. I like to. I'm a drummer, man.
I love it, man. This is awesome.
Those the demon drivers are supposed to be kind of like the new 9000s. They're supposed to be like the new metal pedal, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah,
They're awesome.
I think
love
I've.
them.
Where did I play on those? Maybe it was. It
It
Felton.
might have been Mark's.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was Felton.
the big ass black kit with the 2 bass drums.
Well, I think it
and-
was when we were recording the records album. I think, or not the album, the single that we did up there at the church. I think. he may
Everybody
have-
smile for your photo.
Photo. Oh no, she missed it. You ready? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. We're gonna post that.
Nice. Yeah, maybe it was up there when I did it, but I remember playing on one.
Yeah,
I
they're
can't
awesome.
exactly recall, but
They just snap back to my
they're
foot so fast.
They're so quick. They're
Like,
so responsive, dude.
I feel like I don't have to work as hard. My calves aren't burning at the end of a song, and like,
And the
it's
beaters
just
are
nice.
super light. Like
Yeah.
they and they still hit really fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's nice, dude.
It's
That's
nice.
the one problem I have with the 9000 is I play the plastic side in Presley Avenue and the felt side in Ford and Fossil. And the one problem I have is that those beaters, they're so top heavy. Like they get really weighted, you know.
Yeah.
And if you're doing like simple walks with it, it does okay. But if you have to do like really quick,
Oh, yeah. See, and I do those all the time.
yeah,
in
like
what
that
we're
kind of
doing,
shit.
So
It they're a little laggy just because of the beaters, but I've read forums and shit on the internet where if you take the 9000 beaters out of there and put like the Tama Cobras, the Iron Cobra
Yeah.
beaters in there, it's fucking legitimate. But I don't play enough metal, I don't play enough double bass to warrant something
Right,
like that.
right.
Like most of my shit's just single runs anyways, so
Yeah.
it's nothing crazy. But
yeah.
yeah, good shit, man. It's good stuff. So
Yeah.
again, Mapex, please sponsor me. That would be sick. Roland,
Yes, me
Roland,
too.
please sponsor
Roland,
me.
Tama,
Yeah,
whatever.
all of them. Truth. What up?
Yeah.
I'm still playing your drums. Like,
Hey, Zildjian, Sabian, hey,
all,
come on.
all the symbols.
Yes,
all the fucking
symbols,
symbols.
everything.
All right, let's move over into guitar.
All right, you guys
what
have
what
to-
do you play? Now you get to be quiet. Shut
Yeah,
the fuck
no,
up, Sean.
I only want
God.
to play Jackson. I don't want to play nothing else.
Do you play a Jackson right now?
Yeah.
What's the style? Okay, that's actually perfect. Okay, well, hold up. Answer me one question. Does it have a Floyd Rose bridge system?
I've played with those before, but for what I do, I really don't need one.
Damn it!
So
I need to come across somebody who has one of those because I don't fucking get it, and I need them to explain to me how. I don't understand those things, man.
oh, they're wicked, dude. I would love to have one. I just can't afford it, but I have had one.
Can you explain to me how they work? Like,
When you take a Floyd Rose, for example, with my guitar, I just have a locked in. I could put a whammy bar on there, but it just doesn't bend it as far. But when you take a note, let's say for example, you pluck a harmonic. Well, you could take that and go wow like that and bring it all the way up. You could just
right.
It just moves the bridge
Because
and
the bridge moves through the body,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
the thing I don't understand, like okay, so I had one. I had a Floyd Rose style. It was an Ibanez. It wasn't a Jackson, but it was an emulation Jackson essentially. It was the Squier Fender, Ibanez Jackson kind of thing. But it had a Floyd Rose system in it, and I went to restring it, and it had lockers on the top, and I think it even had locking tuners on
Yeah.
the top too. I think it had all of that shit. And then it had a little, the Floyd Rose has the little adjustable things. You know better than I do.
Yeah.
I'm no guitar player, but so I went to put new strings on it. I took off the old strings, got everything off of there, and went to put the new strings on, and put the E string on, and I tuned it up to where it needed to go, and then I went to the bottom and put the other E string on, and then worked my way up a few strings to even out the tension. And by the time I got to like the F string or whatever, the G string or whatever it was, I had them all in tune, the bottom strings in tune, and I played the E, and it was completely out.
Yeah, they're really touchy.
How the fuck do you? I don't get it, dude.
That's
Does
why I
yours
don't
have
play.
one?
What's that?
Does yours have one?
No.
I ended up literally like shaving down a block of wood and like making a wedge, and I just open the back and just put the pickup system against, or the bridge system against that, so it wouldn't fucking adjust out of there. That was the only way I could keep it in tune.
20 years ago, I was in a band in Florida, in Jacksonville, Florida, and the guitar player put a fucking big lighter in there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So he locked that bridge
Nice.
because he was having the same issues.
Yeah, I don't get it. I guess it's just out of my realm of knowledge for guitars. I don't understand
They're
it, man.
super touchy, and on the Ibanez, there's the Wizard style bridges, and
Maybe that's what it was. I don't
they
know.
are fucking crazy to keep in tune. If you can get them, if it's like a rocket surgery to get these things in tune. That's why I don't play one. I don't
fucking
any
get it,
solos.
man. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't do any solos. I'm never down here. All of my stuff is down here in the roots.
Yeah.
So I don't even need, a whammy bar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my guitar is set up to have a whammy bar, but I don't even know where my whammy bar is.
Yeah.
So
That's what I don't know, dude. I don't know. I got to the point where I had tried to tune it so many different times, and I was fucking knee deep into YouTube, looking at videos, trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And probably out of the 20 videos I watched that night when I was trying to do it for the first time, probably 2 or 3 of them were the wedge idea. They were like, you need to lock the bridge, and I was like, I don't know what, and so I watched the other ones and tried to follow their technique. Didn't work. What? Fuck this. Go back to one of the wedge videos, like, and watch them do it. All right. And then I literally went back into my back room and just fucking sanded out a little fucking wedge of wood and just shoved it up in there. So then the bridge hit it and it just locked it against the body. And I was like, that's the only way I can keep this fucking thing in tune. I don't get it, man.
they're floating bridges, and they take tuning down here and down here at the same time.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and you got to be really, really good.
Because I know they have this the minor adjustment on the bottom, and this is supposed to be major adjustment up top. But maybe that's what it was. Like, I was just doing the whole tune on this, and I should have been.
Theoretically, in your head, that should be good enough.
That's what it should do, right? Like, but
because it's tight.
But because the bridge rotates on a fucking swivel, essentially, like the way that it sits in there, it like moves up and down.
Yeah, it's all suspended. You have to balance it.
It kicked my ass, dude.
I don't have one.
I was telling, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to maybe Poetry No Pros. It might have been Hated, one of the 2 bands that I had in here. But I was telling them, I was like, let me tell you, it took me 2 fucking days to change strings on that guitar, because I didn't fucking get it. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this thing?
It was probably Colton. It
was probably Colton.
Talented enough to actually have one of those type of.
Yeah, that little fucker. What up, Colton? Shout out. Shout out to Hated. Those guys are sick.
I'd just like to say that dude can shred.
Oh, man.
Dude.
And Jordan,
we gotta
dude.
play with them one of these times, dude.
Oh, that would be a sick show. From Ash to Stone, Hated, the band Repent. Who else? What's another? Actually, 3-band bills are pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
I've been really digging 3-band bills lately.
Oh,
so
yeah.
anytime,
that'd be a sick bill. Let's do that.
Yeah. What up, boys? Like, there's your show.
Hey,
let's
we
do
go.
a
Let's do
St.
it.
Let's do a St. Patty's Day show, dude.
Oh,
yes,
I think
let's
we're
do
actually
it.
booked in Denver on
Oh,
St. Patrick's
yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Where at?
Hasn't been announced yet, but
Oh well, now it is. Fuck it.
whatever. It's gonna be at the Bar in Denver.
Nice, man. I've heard of that place.
It's not confirmed yet.
It's not
but
confirmed, but it.
It's really looking like that.
Okay, well maybe a fucking Valentine's Day show or some shit,
Yeah,
like Lonely
let's do
Hearts
it.
show or something like
Yeah,
that.
right.
You know, we could do something
The
cool.
band Repent is all about love.
Records is all about fucking writing nasty songs about your ex-girlfriend. So that's
Yeah. So
That I can't remember the name of that one song, but when Get Money, Fuck Bitches Get Money. When you guys do that song, dude, the whole place, the roof blows off the place.
that's our boy T-Pain, man.
You guys
That's our
have
boy
to do that song every single show.
Ford and Fossil, man. That's the Ford and Fossil cover. It's I love doing that one, and I love at the end when we like it. It came on a whim one day. I think Alex was still jamming with us at that point, but it came on a whim one day. We ended the song, fuck bitches, get money, and then we hit the last note, and I just on a whim was just and Alex was on the bass, and he like immediately started playing along because he's punk like me. He's like, fuck yeah, and started playing the root notes, and then I just got on the mic, fuck bitches, get money, and then it just turned into this ending, like this big blow up ending of this fast kind of ska sounding weird version of T-Pain, and like I love that song, dude. To this day, I still love playing that song, man.
Awesome. It's definitely great.
So are you in Ford and Fossil?
I am. I'm the drummer.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I didn't know who else was in it. I knew obviously Jason Ford. But
Jason Ford, me, and our good buddy Ryan Marin. And I actually still need to get Ford and Fossil actually in the room. We haven't gotten Ryan in the room yet. Fuck, maybe that's one of the next ones. Do you have the Band Repent T-shirt? The merch. Oh, do you have a Ford? Okay, she's wearing the Band Repent hoodie, and underneath that she's wearing a Ford and Fossil T-shirt. Fucking A, fucking A. Dina's got it figured out.
Dina's on it.
But yeah, dude, that was I fucking love playing that song, man. There's
It's definitely really good. The first time I ever heard you guys play that, you did a show last year in the summertime for a tattoo shop, and you had a trailer outside.
tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't recall it. I'm
Can't-
terrible with
I
that
can't
kind of
remember
shit.
what tattoo shop was down there. It was
Where- yeah,
kind
where
of over
was
there
it?
by the Frosties area, by the Gaslight Social area.
Black Tree.
Yeah.
Black Tree Social.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that was,
Yeah,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
had
yeah.
a
Dude, that was,
trailer out
yeah, and there was a trailer when we played like kind of weird facing the shop, kind of, but like the
It was
street.
a weird weather day. I recorded the whole thing, but it was a weird weather day.
Yeah, it was kind of a little
And,
colder that day and kind of windy. And,
Yeah, about to rain.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
You guys did that song, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Alex
This
was
is
still playing
awesome.
with us at that point. We
Yeah,
were still the
that's
four
why I
piece.
thought
yeah.
it was records in my
shit.
head.
Oh
But
shit!
now I remember Jason singing the hell out of that
Dude,
song.
yeah, I
He just
fucking-
yelled so much, and the whole place was just like lit up. I had never heard it before.
Yeah.
And, I'm not from here, so I'd only been in town for about 6 months at that time. And when everybody else was acting like it was just a normal thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I was like, this is awesome.
Singing along, man. Like that's part of the thing. If you get people like. If you do, that's part of the reason why I like doing. Ooh, my bad. That was a bad clip. I'll edit that shit out. Part of the reason why I like doing covers in records is that we get to kind of twist them into our own version. Like we do Wagon Wheel, but it's like totally untraditional version of Wagon
Yeah,
Wheel.
that's what I liked about my old band is we wouldn't do covers necessarily. We'd just like do the lyrics and then play the instrumentation a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was kind of cool. Like you recognized it, but it was different. So.
And that's what it is. Brandon will get on the mic and he's like, "You guys like country?" And everyone's like, "Nah." The punk show, people are like, "No." And he's like, "Okay, good, because that's not what this is." And then we'll start playing our version of Wagon Wheel. But people recognize the chorus when it kicks in, and they're like, "What the fuck?
What?
Are they playing Wagon Wheel right now?" Whoa!
I was sitting there in my head while I was filming you guys, and I was like, "Did he just say fuck bitches get money?"
Is Matt back there yelling "fuck bitches, get
Yeah,
money"?
I was like, okay, I've stop paying attention to the film and start looking at you guys. Like, what the hell's really going on here?
Yeah, dude, I do really like that. We used to play. I'm not trying to be rude with him. R. Kelly. We used to play an R. Kelly song, but he unfortunately went through some really fucking weird shit. So we don't play his shit anymore because he had some.
I remember
weird shit going
watching Alex. He had his microphone, and he'd come up and go whoop whoop, and then the band would go, and he'd go like wee wee. It was
Yeah,
just really cool.
yeah.
his singing part of it, And I'm
Right.
like, this band is off the hook, man.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, no one really knows yet. This is kind of like the first time anyone will hear about it. You heard it here first. Ford and Fossil is kind of making a shift in our music type. So essentially what we're going to do is, because Cello, Jason bought a bass. So Ryan's going to be playing lead guitar and / rhythm guitar. Like he's going to be, because Ryan Marin is, I don't know if you guys you've seen him. You've seen Ryan play. Dude, that kid is a fucking shredder. He's awesome at guitar, and he can play really good rhythms and stuff. He's just a really, really good guitar player. So he's going to cover all the guitar shit. Jason's going to play bass. I'm going to play drums. And have you heard our version of Lord? Like the
I don't think so.
we played it that night at the the Firefly. But so it's like a really progressive kind of ambient sounding kind of, I don't know, Silver Sun pickups, Circa Survive, kind of like fast kind of drummy stuff, and like yelling vocals. But we're gonna kind of move into a progressive style of music playing. So we're gonna get a little heavier and like kind of just get a little more ambient with our stuff, because
That'll be cool.
Ryan can play some really fucking cool shit, and we've been practicing. We were supposed to practice today, but Jason had his nephew's birthday party in Douglas. I think it's like a family dinner or something like that. So shout outs Jason, shout outs Ryan, miss you boys. But yeah, so we've been kind of working our way in that direction, and dude, it's again like we were talking about with the full band thing. All of a sudden we have bass in the band again, and like it's coming to this full circle thing where we get in the garage and it's just like it grooves really well, dude, and it's fun to play and everyone's having a good time, and we're doing this like what's a better way? Who's the band? Explosions in the Sky, kind of that kind of feel where like really quiet and dynamic at certain times, and then big build-ups, and then like a big expressive part of something. So like, it's gonna be cool, man.
That'll be awesome.
Really fucking looking forward to it. And another spoiler alert: Records is gonna start working on. Kind of already have started working on our next album too. So we're doing a full EP.
Nice.
10 songs coming out. So should be.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be out next year, but we're in the writing
Have
process.
you guys
right
got
now,
most of the material done?
No, we're 3-ish. We're in the writing process, so we're like 3 songs in. But we kind of just decided that we were going to do a 10-songer like a few weeks ago. So we knew we were going to start writing new music, but just a few weeks ago we sat down and decided that, well, not sat down. Sat down is texting now, but yeah, we got sent it to the group.
Right, send it to the group.
Everyone decided that we wanted to go for a 10-songer because Hometown Zeros is 10 songs, and that was mine and Alex's kind of birth child for records. Like that was kind of our baby because we worked on that together before we found Brandon and Lane. Like we made that full band studio album by ourselves basically. Then we found Brandon and Lane, and then we did In Desperation with Brandon and Lane, and that's a 5-songer. And so now that we've kind of like, we have our feet wet now, and we kind of have a direction, and we know we kind of know each other's writing styles and things like that. We're at the point where we're like, all right, we're going to get in the room, we're going to fucking do it. And the room is right over there where Dina's sitting. That's where it's going to happen right there. But I'm thinking on this next album, and probably Ford and Fossil's next album too, I want to record live drums, like real drums, because our last 2 albums have been sample drums, and I want to record live drums because that room out there, the garage out there, is perfect for recording drums.
I can't wait till Mark gets drum mics, so
Right.
then I can record
Colton,
record my
you,
drums.
I know you're moving to Fort Collins, but you are going to come back here and help me record drums because you're good at that shit and you know your shit. Or I'm going to record drums and send them to you, and you're going to mix them. There you go. All right, we'll make a deal.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of our plan, man. That's kind of what we plan on doing moving forward. And I want to get it set up in the garage where, maybe I need to get a hold of Mark because I have a space, man. And I do have microphones. I do have a lot of microphones laying around this house. So I have enough to make drum record. And I also know people, Colton, you still have my kick mic. I know people that have really good mics too. So we could make something happen. Maybe me, Mark, and Colton could do some, help you do some drum recordings, help me do some drum recordings, help Lane do some drum recordings. I kind of want to, that's kind of the whole purpose of my house, is I'm in the process of kind of converting this place into a working studio. I want to get an LLC for records at some point. I don't think it's pertinent to do it right now, but I want to get an LLC at some point and start running a business and charging hourly and stuff for studio time. Because we're getting there. We're getting to the point where we're about ready to do that. So
we're gonna be LLCing the band Repent here soon too, because we're, it's a big process, but I sure as hell don't want to be doing this for free.
Absolutely.
I mean, I will, but
we got to pay the bills, man.
Yeah,
what it comes
this
down to is
costs
we got
money,
bills to pay. Like this house, I bought this fucking house. Like there's a house payment on this bitch.
Yeah.
I got a mortgage, man.
Yeah.
So I got to be able to pay that. Got to be able to make the money.
Exactly.
I was doing a lot of research because in the beginning of Musical Chairs, I wanted it to be a radio station and with its own podcast. So I started investing some research into podcasts. And the biggest thing that they said was you have to be consistent and dedicated. And dedicated also means if you're buying this equipment,
You have to use it.
yeah, and you interviewing bands like us for free and stuff. That's all cool and everything, but it really doesn't do any favors back towards you.
No,
We
it
share
doesn't.
it to our band page,
But it's
getting
doing
paid
stuff,
for it.
does this one in particular does stuff for the community and stuff.
That's
All the
right.
musicians in this town and shit watch this.
And man, this
Right,
is definitely a personal sacrifice that I don't give a fuck. That's why I do it. I love doing it. That's why I'm
exactly.
I'm unabashedly doing it for free. I don't give a fuck. I want to get people in here and talk about it and tell people that there's shit going on in Casper. Everyone's starting to get an idea for this. There's shit going on in Casper music wise. Venues are opening up, bands are showing up, new bands keep showing up. Kids are getting this fucking ambition to just get out and get in front of people, dude. And someone needs to kind of mitigate all of that stuff into a formal version of this is where to go to get the info, And I'm kind of trying to do that. And who doesn't want to get their info in the form of a live interview?
Right.
Podcasting's fucking where it's at right now, right? So
Right? Yeah, I've listened to all your podcasts just
Thank you.
at work.
Thank you, man.
In my earbuds, just listening to all of
Yeah,
them.
for
so.
sure. And
I'm gonna listen to this one at work on Tuesdays.
I still listen to. I just told Jacob Riss the other day. I was like, man, I still listen to the Poetry No Pros podcast. It was fun. Like we had a fucking great time in here. I still listen to the So-Called podcast, man. That was a great podcast too. It was fun.
We would all still be doing this for free, but with the bills that it does take to be a band,
Eventually, I want it
podcast,
to be paid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and I hate to say this too, but depending on people to show up for shows and stuff is not really the way to do it. But
Unfortunately, it's not.
Operating
And
Yeah.
this
as
show
a-
we have coming up, we have to sell tickets for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually operating as
it's
an
even harder to sell
LLC.
tickets than to just charge at the door. Like
Me
it's
and
harder
Jason,
to
me and
even
Jason
sell
talked about
tickets.
talked about that on the very first podcast. That like it's kind of, especially in Casper, man. It's hard to sell tickets for a no-name show. No offense,
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, yeah, no,
it's
we
the
know.
no-name thing. Like
Yeah.
there, it's
But at the same time, the scene is growing, so people might see, oh, they're doing tickets now. Okay, or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, and that's good.
Like-
That's good. Hopefully, you know,
Hopefully,
you could,
yeah.
But like that's what I was talking about, and it wasn't necessarily about the no-name stuff. It was more about like when you wanted to get on. There was a thing going on for a while in Casper. I won't name any names, but there was a thing going on a while in Casper at one of the venues where, in order to get on the big bands that they had coming through, you had to sell a certain amount of tickets for that band, and whoever sold the most amount of tickets, that determined how you were gonna, like, who was gonna play for that big band that was coming through. So basically, and you had to sell tickets for them, and if you got people to go into their venue and like buy food and get lunch and stuff before the show, like, and make the recommendation, it helped like boost your chances to play for them. Which I don't know how I feel about that kind of an incentive. You know what I mean? In a place like Casper,
Right.
if my fucking no-name ass walks up to somebody and tries to sell them a $25 ticket to a show where they know the first band and they have no idea what anything else is on
Right.
that's going to be their entire. Do I want to pay $25 to see the Ataris?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But in Casper, probably nobody. Like, I don't know. That's just a weird example of a band. But like, it's just I feel like I've struggled really hard to sell tickets even for good shows in Casper, you know, shows that you're like, you would expect that like people are going to want to buy tickets to this. I don't know what's, have you guys experienced
know.
that?
Oh yeah, when
Yeah.
we put on shows, you guys were part of our June 28th of last year
At the Eagles.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really hard to get people. I expected millions of people. And
Yeah.
I was really super disappointed. And
That
you
was
know,
weird that one didn't turn out because I
We,
thought there was promotion everywhere for that
We
thing,
were
man.
actually operating as an LLC at that time, and we lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with that. I don't care about that. I was really super disappointed that nobody even gave a fuck to come out. That
Yeah.
pissed me off. And it was like, okay, I don't really want to do so many more of these. And we did 3 more.
Yeah.
With hopes that it would come out. When we did the last one for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Musical Chairs LLC actually had to buy the last 6 piano tickets so we could sell out and give the $1,000 to Make-A-Wish.
Wow.
We actually, they're $25 a piece.
Yeah.
$20 a piece.
So yeah, so you lose money on that shit.
Yeah, we had to buy
Dude.
the last 6.
And that's one thing that I actually promoted a show and got handed a show from, and it actually ended up being okay, but I did end up paying for it. But I actually promoted a show a few years ago. I can't remember what the exact date was, but it was some out of town bands that had gotten handed off to me to promote a show. Motives, Great American Ghost, Turncoat, and From Ash to Stone, I think. And it was out at the Firefly Hackerspace, and all these bands were like on a budget for their tour. So I got handed the promotion for it, and I was expected to not only make tickets for the thing, but I was also expected to sell the tickets. And I don't know if you guys know anything about making tickets online, but those fuckers don't come cheap either. They're like $1 a piece, dude.
Yeah.
So if you buy 50 tickets, it's like, well, that's $55 after tax or whatever it is. It's like, fuck, man. And those are like low quality ass, like non-perforated, just shitty tickets. If you get like, the embossed, all that shit, and like the perforated edges and the numbered tickets and stuff, it's like fucking $2 a ticket.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, man, I have to sell all of these to make all my money back, like it comes out at a cost. So I promoted a show like that, and I paid into Facebook for promotion, and I fucking boosted the shit out of it, and I bought, and I still ended up paying the traveling bands. I don't know. I think I ended up paying a couple $100 for that show. I ran the sound. I promoted the tickets. I paid into Facebook. Like, it's fucking hard, man. And I had tickets, and I tried to sell them to people, and it was tough, dude.
Yeah.
And especially if people don't really know the bands that are coming in. Luckily enough, there were I don't know, I think at the height of the night that night there were probably like 35 people in there. So like it was maybe 30. I don't know. That might be over exaggerating. I'm not exactly sure, but it turned out okay. And it fucking sucks for anyone that didn't come out because it was actually like the sickest show of all time. Like those bands were fucking lit up, dude. It was crazy. The lead singer for, I think it was Turncoat. It was either Turncoat or Great American Ghost, but one of them, he actually, dude, he was going fucking off. And at one point he walked to the side of the stage, picked up a shop broom, and put it up between. They have those metal rafters that run along the whole shop. Yeah. Well, there's a little tiny gap in between the metal rafters. He shoved the broom up in there, like the broom side up, and turned it. And fucking hung off of the thing in between the rafters, turned it and like swung out and like was hanging off of a broom handle from the ceiling. Dude, it was the craziest fucking show ever. And I was running it with like my shitty like 400 watt PA, like 112 on each side of the stage. And they were just blowing out the speakers. You couldn't hear a single fucking word they were saying. And it was just so fucking metal and so heavy, dude. It was super fucking sick.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So it actually ended up being fine. I didn't really care because at the end of the night I was like, I paid money for this, but to be honest, it was pretty fucking sick. You know, I kind of paid to see my own production kind of thing, you know? So it worked itself out, but like in the end, you know, it really is. It's fucking hard to sell in Casper sometimes, man.
I'm really glad to be out of that game. I didn't like it. It was not as much fun as I thought it would be. We did 4 shows.
Yeah.
You know, I thought the bands crushed it, but I wasn't part of the band.
Musical Chairs LLC.
Now you're part of the band. So
now I'm part of the band.
All we have to do is the band stuff.
Did you bring that back, or is it not a thing anymore? Okay. I was just wondering.
I don't ever want to put on another concert again.
If you don't mind me asking, dude, I'm kind of in that same realm myself. This is the reason why I have subscribed to a 3-band bill. If I ever put on a show, it is a 3-band bill. Yeah. You know why? Because every band can play for an hour, and the fucking thing is over in 4 hours. Yeah. Like that's it. At the end of the night, boom, it's done. And nobody gets tired. There's only 3 fucking bands. So after the first band plays, when someone's asking how many more bands are left, 2. There's 2 more bands left. That's it. Yeah. You know, there's an hour and a half worth of music left, and it's gonna be over. And I don't remember where I was going with that. I asked you something right before that. I was gonna ask you something about running shows and stuff. But yeah, man, it's I don't know. I've gotten to the point myself where running shows in Casper gets kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Shout outs to Blake Knight. Is it Knight or Kite? Kite?
Is it? Oh, I thought it was Knight.
See, that's okay.
Is his last name Knight?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it is Knight.
Fuck, I don't know. Blake, so, what's your last name?
25% of the show I've noticed from watching back on my old podcast. 25%.
Cowboys are losing. That sucks.
It's spelled Kight.
I think it's Kite.
No,
I think it's Kite.
I think it's Knight. Hold on.
So what I've noticed is 25% of the show. What I've noticed from watching back my old ones, 25% of it is last name clarification. Everyone I have on this show is fucking. I'm always like,
oh shit, it is Blake Kite.
Oh, it's Kite.
Oh shit.
All right, what up, Blake?
There was an N in there, but all right.
I don't even remember why I brought up his name.
Structurally sound.
Yeah, questionable content. Yeah.
Oh shit, I was wrong.
Yeah, with Musical Chairs LLC, I'm just kind of glad that whole phase is over. I mean,
yeah,
let the page runs itself. I don't have to do anything.
Oh, that's why I brought him up, because he's out now doing like, he's really trying to like, he's bought some sound equipment and he's like putting on shows and stuff for bands, and I'm like, man.
He did the sound at the Firefly show when we played. And
You're right, for the first night he did it. Yeah, and then he did the sound at Staggers the night that Presley Avenue played with The Front, and who the fuck else played that show? Oh, the Shivers. The Front and the Shivers. Yeah, that was a fucking great night, man. That was super fun. Yeah. I think, was that a record show also? Fuck, I don't remember. I'm in too many goddamn bands.
We're available for that, Blake. We're available anytime.
I don't know how you guys do it.
I stay busy, man. I stay busy. Like I said, I drove back from Rock Springs this morning, so I was on the road at 10:30. I got back at like 1:30, and I went out to get my dog, and then I got back here and I'm doing the podcast now. Ford and Fossil was supposed to have a jam from like 4:30 to 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then Records is getting together tonight to do some writing after that. And then, at some point, I'm gonna do laundry and clean my house up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, Dude, you stay fucking busy. You stay really
We
fucking
need to get
busy.
him super liquored up for his jam session tonight.
Yes, let's do it. Can we get another round of beers? Let's do it.
Subscribe to that.
The 8% shit. Let's do it.
I'm ready, dude.
Sorry, guys. We're going to have Matt completely shit-faced for the
I got
recording session tonight.
Devilitos out in the garage, dude. Let's
You guys
start.
ready to write? No, man. Ding.
I'm sorry, guys. I was hanging out with the battery pit all fucking day.
They're gonna come into the room, dude. And I'm just gonna be sitting there on the fucking nano pad. And they're gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? And be like, listen to that fucking bass drum, dude. Like, sorry, boys. That's what it is. What it is. I'm sorry. I'm fucking. These guys came into my house and just started feeding me liquor. I can't help it, man. I can't help it. Fucking A, dudes. Well, we have been talking for over an hour. Did you guys know that? Did you guys
I did not
fucking know that? Yeah.
Oh, man. And
Yeah.
The Cowboys are losing. Come on.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you earlier. You a
Yeah.
Cowboys fan?
I'm a huge Cowboys fan. The
Shout-
hugest you will ever meet.
Shout out to my boss. What up, Richard? They're going to get their ass kicked by New England or what?
It's 10-6 right now, so not bad.
Where are
not
we
horrible.
at? Where are we at?
Third quarter with 11 minutes left.
Oh, they got plenty of time.
Yeah,
That's not
We
bad at all,
could.
dude.
We're doing better than the Eagles did. Shit, the Eagles
Yeah.
got their asses kicked.
Yeah,
so,
so there you go. There you go. So, yeah, there's hope out there.
there's hope.
Cool. So we have January 20th at the Bourgeois Pig is going to be Ford and Fossil, Chase Sandoval. Sorry, I can't remember who else is playing that one. It's a long ways out. I got a lot of other shit going on. January 6th at the Hall of Champions. We
January
have
12th.
12th at
January
January
12th.
12th at the Hall of Champions. We have the band Repent with
William Am I, Pathos and Logos. I'm sorry, I can't remember the other band. And then from Ash to Stone.
our boys and from Ash to Stone. Oh, that's what I was going to shout out Derek Vigil earlier. He's actually going to make me a banner for the podcast. And I'm gonna put it right
yeah.
up there above the couch. It's gonna be this big. I sent him the design for it. I just got to have him print it up and pay
Sweet.
for it.
Oh,
and then,
we should do that. We should talk to him about that.
and then I'm gonna he made our last records banner too. Like he charged me $40 for it, and it was like 3 foot by like 10 foot. It was fucking massive.
Awesome.
Yeah. So and it was all printed on like really thick ass vinyl print. It was nice, man. It was a really really nice.
Oh yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we'll
So-
have to get in contact with him.
Yeah, so shout outs, buddy. What up? So he's gonna make me a banner for it, and then I already sent him the design and everything, so I'm gonna hang it up there by the couch, and then I'll do some like intro thing. I gotta get better at my editing skills. I'm working on that. And like I said, I think I'm gonna try the first one with this podcast, try and bring it in with some records music and a little thing of the logo or whatever. I don't fucking know.
The thing is, man, you just got to get on there and start doing it.
Gotta brand it,
You know, you just, if you clearly have a passion for it, but
I love it, man. It's fun.
homework that you get with it is really hard. Like,
It's just like recording, man. You
Yeah.
get a lot of homework with it. You do something, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up the next day, and you listen to it again, and you're like, oh, yeah, I can do so much more to that to make it so much
yeah.
better, whatever. Yeah. So it really is just about diving in and getting it done. So, but anyways, so January 12th at the Hall of Champions, that's going to be a fucking great show. Are there any other shows that you guys know? that
Tickets
are
go
coming
on
up?
sale December 6th. So please
Oh,
buy a
okay.
ticket, please.
They go on sale basically a month in advance.
Yeah, a month in advance.
Cool.
so
How much are tickets?
$10.
$10.
Oh, shit. See, that's not bad.
$10.
$10 for 5 fucking awesome metal bands.
Yeah, exactly.
We start at 4:30 because it
Two
is
of
on
them
a
are
Sunday.
Casper bands, so
Yeah, the 2 Casper bands are bookends on it. We
Cool.
open it up from Ash to Stone closes
Oh, yeah.
down. This
Fuck
is
yeah.
super cool.
Oh, and that'll be like their first show after they're done doing all their studio stuff.
yeah,
And, oh
yeah.
man,
I think,
yeah, okay.
I think Derek Vigil's on guitar in that.
He
now.
is, yeah, and Wingrove's on drums.
Yeah,
Josh
Wingrove's on
Wingrove.
drums.
God damn, dude. Yeah, that
He's
kid's
badass.
that kid's a fucking machine.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I'm trying to think if there are any. I know they're out there. I'm sorry, guys. I try and do this every single time, but I need to start writing a fucking list. Or maybe I'll just
all
put
the shows.
Yeah, put a sticky note on my desktop so I can just fucking read them off of there. But anyways, if there are local shows out there, I know there are.
Just put them in the comments.
I'll put them in the comments, or just go check out the Facebook groups. Check out Casper Musician Community. Check out Everything Music 307. Shout outs Blake Kite and Justin Hyde. Hyde? I can't remember. I don't know. Again, the last name show. I don't know. So check out all the local scenes. Talk to local bands. Seriously, talk to local bands, man. There's a movement happening in Casper, and we need to put it on the map. And apparently, there's already bands like getting out there on the airwaves and doing the thing. So like that's a big part of it, man. I'm fucking psyched.
It's
I'm
super
psyched.
exciting once it becomes addicting.
I'm gonna start.
It really
like,
does.
I'm
You're
like,
just like, oh, more radio stations.
I'm like eager to get in there and
Yeah, it's
start
awesome.
like filling out apps and making an EPK. So
Just go to my
electronic
page.
press kit. If bands listening, if you don't have an electronic press kit yet, go make one. They're fucking humongous. You have to make one because that's literally that's how you're gonna get noticed. One page bio with an MP3 attachment, and that's all you need. Like that's all they're gonna look at. So make sure it's short, sweet, to the point with a couple pictures and an MP3. Boom, digital EPK right there. So
That's it.
cool,
That's how
man.
we did
Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
been
of
fucking
course.
awesome.
It's been awesome.
It's been really, really great, dude. So we'll catch you guys on the 12th. I'm sure I'll see you guys out and about before then. But yeah, man, until next time, I'm pretty sure at one point I'm going to have the boys from Ash to Stone in here. I've been talking to Vigil.
Sick.
I think, and I'm also going to have Blake Kite in here with
Advise against or Beastwood.
advise against Blake Kite, but I'm also going to have him in here with can't remember his name. I'm so sorry, dude. But I'm going to have two of the dudes in here that are kind of like in the scene and just kind of talk about, you know, what's going on and things like that. So I think that's coming up. I'm not exactly sure when, but I've also got From Ash to Stone trying to get the Shivers on board. I've been talking to them too. So
Who the fuck wouldn't be on board?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, why the fuck
Well-
would you not want to be on this show?
They've got like some recording things going on. I don't want to get in the way of any of
Okay.
their scheduling
I
stuff.
gotcha,
But yeah, I've been talking to Travis, and hopefully we're gonna get them on soon. So
Sweet.
so yeah, that's we'll see you guys next week, and that's it, man. We're out. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks.